Never give up until it's a bright, sunshiny day in your mind, and we've done the best to help other people with their mind. It's possible. All through your determination. Let's go, everybody. Oh, great effort.
Pedro, great ball. For Lies made the move. Pedro fights for it, gives it to Messi.
Make it 44. Shared at Bayern Munich. 67.
Optionality creates power. When you don't need to make money urgently, you make better decisions in business. You negotiate better. You walk away from bad deals. You choose alignment over desperation. Delayed gratification is one of the clearest biblical patterns of maturity. Hebrews 11 describes heroes of faith who endured temporary discomfort for long-term promise. In financial terms, that might mean investing steadily in index funds, reinvesting dividends instead of spending them, or choosing equity ownership over lifestyle inflation. It might mean driving a reliable used car while your portfolio compounds quietly in the background. That's not weakness, that's vision. Money was never designed to be a master. Jesus was direct in Matthew 6:24. You cannot serve both God and money. When money becomes identity, anxiety increases. When it becomes a tool, clarity increases. A business can be a vehicle for impact. Investments can be a vehicle for freedom. But when spending becomes performance, peace disappears. And once someone understands that the most powerful wealth is often unseen, their thinking begins to stretch beyond themselves. Because the ultimate purpose of wealth is not just personal comfort, it is generational impact. Thinking generationally in a short-term world. Most people make financial decisions based on the next paycheck, the next quarter, the next year. But Scripture consistently thinks in generations. Proverbs 13:22 says, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children." That's not just about money, it's about mindset. When someone begins to think generationally, their business strategy changes, their investment horizon expands, and their urgency becomes calmer, not frantic. He often explains that freedom should come before income. A high-paying career that destroys family presence is not generational thinking. A business that scales rapidly but collapses from over-leveraging is not legacy building. Generational wealth is built slowly, strategically, and with margin. It includes diversified investments, disciplined savings, equity ownership, and sustainable systems that can survive economic cycles. Calculated risk plays a role here. Every generational builder takes risk. Abraham left his homeland without knowing the full map. Entrepreneurs launch ventures without guaranteed outcomes. Investors allocate capital to productive assets instead of hoarding cash. But the risk is aligned with purpose, not ego. It's measured, diversified, and supported by structure. Faith moves forward, but wisdom builds foundations. Simplicity is often underestimated in long-term strategy. A portfolio built around broad market index funds, dividend-paying companies, and consistent contributions may look boring year to year. But over decades, it becomes transformative. The same is true in business. Consistent service, steady brand building, and ethical leadership compound. Complexity impresses in the short term. Simplicity wins in the long term. Generational thinking also changes how someone views making money. Instead of asking, "How much can I earn this year?" they begin asking, "What system can I build that produces value for decades?" That shift alone separates consumers from builders. Builders focus on assets, ownership, and scalable value creation. Consumers focus on spending and image. When someone begins to think beyond their own lifetime, money stops being about status and starts being about stewardship. Business stops being about ego and starts being about service. And when stewardship becomes the foundation, the entire relationship with wealth transforms. Now, here's the real question. What are you going to do with this knowledge? It's easy to listen, nod, and move on. It's harder to examine your own relationship with money. Are you chasing more without defining enough? Are you building a business for ego or for legacy? Are you investing with patience or reacting with emotion every time the market moves? Wisdom is not information. Wisdom is applied truth. And Scripture is clear. The one who hears and applies builds on rock, not sand. Matthew 7:24. The difference between financial stress and financial stability is rarely income. It's discipline, clarity, and structure. It's understanding that to make money sustainably, you must think long-term, live below your means, and refuse to let ego drive your decisions. So let me ask you directly, will you build visible wealth or invisible strength? Will you pursue income or freedom? Will you react to headlines or trust structure and patience? Write in the comments, I think long-term, I build long-term. And watch how this powerful declaration begins to shift the course of your business and your finances from this day forward. If this message challenged you, stirred something in you, or shifted your perspective even slightly, don't let it stop here. Apply it. Start restructuring your finances. Define your enough. Automate your investing. Build margin. Think generationally. And if this message touched you in any way, consider supporting our ministry through the link in the description. Subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you can continue learning how faith, wisdom, and strategy intersect in money and business.
And here we are again. Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed, deep breaths in through our noses and out through our mouths. The way we began. The way it all begins, always. Always with our thoughts. Our powerful minds, which are always subject to our control, no matter how hard it's been to control them. We know the truth, don't we? We saw it today in our effort. We see it every day in life, in the gym of life. We know that we have the power to determine what thoughts we will act upon, and therefore we also have that power to determine what feelings we will allow to flow out and through us. Because our feelings are ultimately connected to our thinking. And if we control our breath with our thoughts, we can always control our thoughts and therefore our feelings. To learn and to grow and to be mind healthy and mind wealthy, peaceful, kind, loving, free and successful in whatever we do, wherever we are, no matter what. That's why we are already, whether we know it or not, determined nation. A people, a nation that always has the power to determine, to think, and to be positively, undoubtedly, unwaveringly loving